Mega Maniacs, this is Mr. MegaManFan. Welcome back to the Retro Hunting Adventures, and I have a stack of PlayStation Portable titles that I'm going to test in the following video. And this has been edited to remove loading times because who wants to sit and wait for loading times? But be advised, the original footage was about 40 minutes, so I whittled it down to 1/5 of that, starting with Ace Combat X, which I picked up from Half Price Books. And let's see if it loads here. Yes, we have detected the UMD image. Let's cut ahead to the actual game. Again, loading times have been removed for the sake of brevity here. We just want to make sure that all of these new PSP titles work, and it's looking like Ace Combat X is good. We'll briefly get into a mission here, get some starting footage just to see if it progresses the game correctly, and that's good enough for me. So we'll move on to the next title in the pile of 10. Now, one of these was a disc only, but I got it in a lot of 6 for 10 from my good buddy Phil, Mr. Fix-It Phil himself. So I figure for $10 for 6 PSP titles, I don't mind if just one of them is a loose disc only. And as you're about to see, it's ATV Off-Road Fury, and it is indeed tested and working. Blazing Trails. Now I just need to get an empty PSP box that I can stick this loose disc into, because I don't like to have little loose discs just laying around for systems like this, for portables, for handhelds, you name it. I just don't like having loose stuff laying around, because that's how it gets easy to lose. Even if I have to put it into an empty box, I'll do that and put the box in my collection rather than just have it laying around. Loose carts, now that's another matter. NES carts, Super Nintendo carts, those I can put into a storage bin because they're big enough to not get misplaced. But little portable games, they definitely can. UMD movies, they definitely can. Speaking of UMD movies, this is 8 Below. This also came from that lot of 6 that I got from Phil, which, you know what, it's not a game, but I'll take one more movie I didn't have. In fact, everything in that lot of 6 that I got from Phil was something I didn't have. So thank you again, Phil. You really hooked me up on this deal. I guess he just doesn't collect PSPs, so he didn't need them, he didn't want them. So I got them, and I'm very grateful for that. Next up, we have Cars, which is also from the lot of 6. There are 6 titles here from Phil and 4 I got from Half Price Books. And as you can see, Cars is working. I cut a lot of the intro out of this one because Disney, because Pixar, because copyright, because YouTube flags. I don't want that stuff. So I just cut it to a short bit of the footage of the gameplay. Next, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. This one came from Half Price Books. And again, this one will be cut down significantly to avoid any comic book issues. There will also be some audio underneath this, which may mask certain sounds a little bit. And I have to apologize that as I was doing the filming, unexpectedly, someone started mowing their lawn outside, so you may hear a lawnmower running in the background, and regrettably, there's nothing I could do about that because I don't have a soundproof studio. I'm not a YouTube millionaire or even a YouTube thousandaire at this point. I'm just average Mr. MegaManFan sharing some PlayStation Portable games with all of you right here on this channel. And I was happy to find Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 at Half Price Books. That's not a game you see all of the time anywhere, you know, used game shops, thrifts, pawns, half price. Sometimes you just gotta snag stuff when you see it because you don't see it 2 or 3 times. It's not like a rare game, but it's a lesser common game. And Moving on to NBA, which I thought, hey, for $5, why not? Sometimes you just pick something up just because it's not that expensive. And actually, for me, it was $4.50 because I had a discount. So we're just gonna give this a quick old test, and I'm satisfied that it's working. Don't want to get into a game of basketball right now. I want to keep on testing these titles. So we move on to another all-terrain vehicle game. This is MX versus ATV on the Edge. And once again, we have what appears to be a working PlayStation Portable game. And I don't feel like getting into a race right now, so that's good enough for me. Just a quick fire session here. Just want to make sure that all of these discs are working in case I have to return anything. When you get stuff, test it. That's my philosophy. Speaking of which, NCAA Football 10, which also came from the lot of 6. Let's see if this one works. Select a favorite team, no. And yes, we do have working NCAA football. I think the lawnmower is getting kind of loud now. Sorry about that. Again, he just showed up while I was in the middle of filming, so what are you gonna do? Ratchet and Clank, size matters. From the lot of 6, and whoa, the disc came flying out of there. The game was clearly well used because it just falls out of the tray no matter how well I try to pop it back in there. So clearly this game got some mileage from the previous owner, but it is a tested and working game. And I created a save state before I started filming. Yeah, I know, that's a little bit of pre-prep on my part, but I wanted to speed up the video and showcase it, so I didn't want you to have to wait while I created a profile. So there you go. As you can see, Ratchet and Clank, size matters, a working PSP game. Next, SOCOM, another pickup from Half Price Books that I thought was a fairly reasonable price. Not a super bargain like the stuff I got from Phil, again thank you Phil, but not an unreasonable price either. And do we have game? Do we have SOCOM? Yes, yes we do. So that's the end of this lot of 10. I am Mr. MegaManFan. This has been another retro hunting adventure with PlayStation Portable Games. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.